A lot of people have. While we're waiting on people to join, though, let's do the obligatory text on screen. Make sure you go to coopedup.com. Check out my shit there. I got a lot of shit I like, shit I'm doing, shit I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Shit I'm sending. You can sign up for my email. If you want to follow Kerrie on Instagram, she's at FoodSparks. It's a private account that let you in.
I'll let you in.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm cooped up. Let's see, we're waiting on some people to join. My mom hasn't yet. So yesterday, I don't know shit for shit lately on technology. Hey, Mama, she's here. Good.
Hello.
Yesterday, the show just suddenly went 3, 2, 1 and cut out from that point on.
Yeah, at the end, they got cut off, and then I was just like, oh.
I talked for another like 6 minutes.
You did?
Yeah.
It was on hold for a minute, and then it was just like it ended. I was like, oh, he probably just said F it. And was like,
no, I didn't. It just kept going. I mean, I thought it was going still. And I could still see the comments, and I could see people in the comments saying, well, I guess he's gone, or well, I guess there's Roblox knocked him off or something, but y'all couldn't hear me. So I went back and tried to watch it, and I was like, fuck this.
You're just talking to yourself.
I know, seriously. No, I didn't realize until after I watched it over. Like I ended it. I did the whole "I love you, you are loved. I love that you watched this." Like I did all of it.
Nobody's watching it.
Literally, did you feel love yesterday? Because you didn't hear me. If you do not hear Cooper say you are loved, do you really feel loved? Do not try to come in here. You know what I'm doing. I hear the door.
4:30 to 5:15 day. Day.
Seriously, do I need to buy you a fucking watch?
Yeah, they want an Apple Watch. That's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
So apologies, I look like I've been shot out of a cannon today. It's been a busy week. It's been a busy 3 weeks.
Kerrie in 3 weeks, and she hasn't bathed since then, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty looking like a schlip today. My hair, I watched it last night, just went to bed, and it's just like doing what it wants to do.
You went to West Memphis, and you stayed there.
I know, man. I know. Oh, my God. So much good barbecue. I've never had such good barbecue in my life. And I'm not a huge barbecue fan because I don't like Texas barbecue, but I love me some Memphis barbecue now.
I love Texas barbecue.
I don't like the sticky sweet.
I sound like I'm underwater. I don't know why.
It was a little bit of yeah. It's because the kids are like, seriously.
Supposed to be.
They're trying to, but since they come knock on the door and they don't get what they want, they're like, let's download games.
I wonder, hang on, let me see if I can fix this. There's a new computer too, and so it is, if I put my AirPods in, then I can switch to my external mic, and then it might sound better.
Work. Hey, I saw the AirPods on yesterday on Prime Day. For $114. I didn't get them.
Hang on, I can't hear anything. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Suddenly my...
Now you kind of went... I can't hear anything at all. Can't hear. Can't hear, it's just me. If anyone else is hearing just my voice, I don't know. But, no. Now we've lost audio. He's all shit. Lost audio. Can anyone hear just me? Comment in the comments if you can hear just me. Wait. Me? They're gone. Let's see. Yeah, Aaron says he can only hear me. Oh, just me. It's just my show now. Oh, Cooper. Cooper might need to rejoin. Monica, Kerrie, take over. He's trying to figure out his technical glitches. This is bizarre because I'm connected to his software, so I don't know how you guys... Look, I got these old school wire headphones, so all I gotta say is old shit works, okay? It works. Let's see. Yep, Aaron. Yep, it's the Kerrie Show now. It's the Kerrie Show now. Still can't hear you, Cooper. Coops. Oh, let's see. Can't hear. Don't know.
No.
I don't. There now. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now you can hear me.
Now
You
I
can hear.
can. Yes.
Okay, good. So here's the other thing. So I did not think I was going to hit this age this young of where technology was bedeviling me. So these AirPods, whatever they're called,
Yep.
they want to connect to this, but then they want to connect to that and this and this and this, and you can switch them. But then half the time, like yesterday, I was on a call. Only the right one decided to do something.
What's funny would be funny if you were hearing different things in each one.
I'm like, okay, everyone can hear us now. Good.
Yes, we can hear now.
I'm
That's
sitting here
funny.
shaking my head, Cooper. No, we can't hear you.
Yes, I can now. Can you guys hear him? Now I'm on the software with him, so.
I think if you can hear me, they can hear me.
Oh, now Michelle says I can't hear either one of them.
Oh, Michelle, can y'all hear?
Yeah, Aaron, let me know if you can hear us both. Aaron said we want all the dish on Cooper. He can't interrupt. Aaron, that would take days. Absolute days.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Aaron says both.
Okay, you can hear both. Good. Yay.
Michelle, close out and come back in.
Well, that was a lovely show. Now that we've hit 30 minutes.
Now that we've showed our age with all the tech. I was saying when you couldn't hear, I've got my old headphones in. When old shit works. It just
old shit wired stuff works. You cannot go. Stan Richards is exiting his role. Breaking news.
We were just talking about that before we logged on.
I just got it.
I said $5 they will mention mental health on. Look at the note. I gotta know because I'm like senility is the new rehab.
It was a notification that popped up.
Dallas
I've lost
News.
it. Yeah,
I'll get it.
So this is the guy yesterday. If you watched yesterday, there's a major ad agency in Dallas. Are we still here? I'm frozen on my end. Okay, there we go.
Here it is. 3 minutes ago. I will put it in the chat.
So there's a major ad agency here in Dallas they invented a lot of we'll leave the light on for you. So they were by the way, I did not realize how many conservative businesses they do PR for or advertising for.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize they were the conservative option. So they had Motel 6. They had. Do I sound better? By the way, do I sound less underwater now?
Yes, you sound better.
Okay,
yes,
good.
You sound great. Yeah.
So they did. We'll leave the light on for you. They were doing the Home Depot
for Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. They were in the running for Cracker Barrel. You can't get more conservative than that. We don't eat at Cracker Barrels. People love them, but their history of discriminating is something bad.
HEB did sever ties with them.
Did they? Wow.
So Keurig Dr. Pepper, isn't Dr. Pepper owned by CBS, and CBS is traditionally conservative? Is Dr. Pepper CBS related?
I don't think so. Not. No, CBS is Viacom. You mean CBS like the network?
Yeah.
What's he saying?
In an interview with the Dallas Morning News, Richards said the exodus is understandable. He said if the Richards Group has been a public company, he would have been fired by now. He's right. Mm-hmm. I'm leaving the agency, he said. Yep, that's it. They don't have much else. I guess that's all he had to say.
Well, they carry no debt. He has a very strong policy that they carry no debt. Well, so that building is paid for, all of that. So it's employees, but still.
Yeah, okay, so can I... Okay, I heard for those that weren't on, I heard your comments the other day about there's two parts to this. There's the
the too black part.
It's the too black, like the ad is too black, and then there's the part where he said the white supremacist constituents. So he was saying the ad's too black, and then he's saying that Motel 6 appeals to white supremacist customer base, right? So I got your point, what you said about him saying too black, because he came back and said what he meant, there's not enough diversity. It'd be the same if you said something was too white. You know, you don't have a person in a wheelchair. You don't have maybe a deaf person, Asian person, American Indian, whatever, you know. But
specifically, the proposal was, let's do a campaign that honors multicultural artists.
Yes.
and it was all Black artists, right? And so
Right.
that was to say, and again, I'm not defending. Do not take any of this as me
No.
saying like white people need to be put out there and all that kind of stuff. That is not what I'm saying right now. I'm saying that as someone who grew up in a 98% Hispanic community, which is where I'm from, everyone is like, oh, it must be cool having such a diverse background. I'm like, there was no fucking diversity. 98% is not of anything is not diverse.
You're like, I was the minority as the
Yes,
tallest, gayest, whitest thing in three
whitest
counties,
thing. Yeah,
as
I
you
know.
say.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I
So
agree
there's
with
not
you on
diverse.
your
So that
point.
was what he said about that. He probably
Yeah.
could have said it better. He
Better.
probably should have said maybe we should add other ethnic groups. Maybe there
Yes.
needs to be a Hispanic, maybe an Asian, maybe a Native American.
But you can't
Not
explain away saying
you
that
can't explain away.
your client's customer base is a white supremacist.
And it's not as quotable. It doesn't make for good headlines. The two black thing was like
Excuse me.
made
Oh
for
yeah, it was. Yeah.
for a talking point. The other thing is, but the other one is the one that was the line. That was like, okay, hey, P.S. Your ad agency thinks that you were marketing the white supremacists. Like that's the problem right there, right?
Yeah. I mean, so here's my overall opinion on it. He said what he said. You know, someone said yesterday they had interviewed PR people. Basic rules of crisis PR intervention is you own up to it, you
Mm-hmm.
apologize, and you
Which
figure it
he's
out
done.
from there, which he's
But
done.
also don't repeat the negative comments. So he
Yes,
did
which was
though.
horrible. Like whoever's doing their PR, oh my God, it was like a horrible state. Parts of it were
Yeah.
horrible. Here's the part that makes me sad. As someone, I had client. I was always over at the Richards Group because I used to have clients and they were their marketing agents. We
Uh-huh.
worked with their marketing teams. We worked with
Yeah.
their ad teams. It's really unfortunate that happened. He said what he said. As old as he is, and as long as he's in the business, been in the business, he knows better. So now you have to ask yourself: is he really that person? Has he always just been that way, and things have never surfaced, and he said them, or did he do it this time, and then now this is what his legacy is going to be? And then what about all the fallout, the employee fallout,
The
and
employees,
these
yeah.
people that are going to lose their job immediately because that money goes away immediately?
Mm-hmm.
That's the unfortunate part, is the people that are going to be infected. But
P.S. However, in the ad agency business, when they say you lose $100 million piece of business, not really, because a lot of that is the ad buy, which was
right.
never your money to begin with. You make the 10 to 15% commission on the ad buy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still a lot of money, but they're not losing $100 million
Right.
in revenue, but not in profit, not in overhead things. So
Yeah.
anyway, my whole thing on that is when I am 88 years old, I do not want to even pretend to be interested in working anymore.
Yeah, and I know he's a diehard. I mean, everyone's heard all the Stan Richard things that he does, and he said he was going to work there till the day he died. So when the guy, his
So
predecessor,
the obit comes out tomorrow. I don't
yeah, when his predecessor superseded
I
him
shouldn't
late
say
last
that.
year, like he probably should have left because he left on a high note. So how sad for him,
That this is the
this is the
disgraceful
legacy,
moment.
because there
Yeah.
are so many things that his legacy was built on,
What
and then
happens
now
at the
this is what it
University of
is.
Texas?
Yes, he has a school.
They have an entire school named the Stan Richards School College of Advertising or School of Advertising.
Yes,
It'll be
yes.
interesting to see how that falls out.
And
Wow.
there's probably numerous scholarships named after
Yeah.
Richard's group,
Well,
and
just a lesson. Watch your fucking words, and lesson. I mean, it's a lesson to me too, because I say things on the sass all the time, but
yeah.
I
I'm
just
looking really quickly. My two friends that work there have written me back. Okay.
Anyway.
They're okay because they're in a subset group.
Yeah, well, because they have a
So
lot of little mini agencies within the agency that don't
yeah,
share the name, and so they might be okay. They
yeah,
might survive. Because a lot of people are severing ties also just because they don't want, because they're getting heat. Like, because people thought that Greyhound, where Todd works, someone thought that was their agency and was like blowing up my phone. Why isn't Greyhound resigned the account yet? And I'm like, Greyhound doesn't have their advertising agency there. Theirs isn't like Miami or something. I don't know where it is, but it's not here.
yeah.
Anyway, but there's the cancel culture is happening also. And you know how I feel about cancel culture. I hate it. When
Yeah.
you start, then someone does one thing wrong, and it could be something very wrong, but one thing wrong, and then you literally go after them and try to destroy their livelihood, everything they've built,
Yes.
everything they've done, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
that's the thing is however you feel about how his legacy ended, there is a legacy there that not only plays a huge role in Dallas, but the way that a lot of companies and a lot of people set up their business strategy to this day. So you can't
yeah,
just poo-poo all of that. Like I I don't think they should get rid of the school, maybe rename it. I mean, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what they're going to do, but
Well, and it's sort of like Michael Jackson. I've had to come to terms with Michael Jackson. Like, I love his music. I love it so much. I still listen to it. But for a while, I couldn't listen to it because I was worried. I was kind of canceling him in my mind of well, because of the things that he allegedly did and have largely been proven to be at least whispers of the truth, right? Because of the stuff he did, does that make it wrong to listen to his music? And finally, I had to come to terms with the fact that no, it does not. The music is still so good. The music is still
yeah.
genius. The people who have been influenced by the music, Justin Timberlake, The Weeknd. God, I love The Weeknd because he sounds
Yeah.
just like Michael Jackson. But you know what? I'm not going to buy a Michael Jackson slumber party bed set.
Right. Yeah. I know people feel that way about R. Kelly, and I sat and watched all the episodes of the R. Kelly stuff,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I
It
don't know.
is,
I feel differently about him than Michael Jackson, though.
yeah, I do too. And it's weird. Claire loves that song, I Believe I Can Fly. She sings it all the time. And I'm like,
You're like, no, he peed on
oh,
little girls. No.
no, you cannot. Do not.
Like you're of that age where he would start side eyeing you and looking at you at the junior high
Uh,
school. Like, no.
and Blake agrees. Cancel culture has gone too far. Yes, let's hold people accountable. Absolutely. But the goal to destroy someone, like it just goes too far. Trying to destroy someone goes way too
Well,
far.
and the snowball effect too. So, like, look at how many brands have jumped on the bandwagon because the negative publicity. But it's like companies almost can't stop and take a beat and figure
Well, you
out,
know what? I
how
think
long is this going
in
to last?
like in HEB's case, I bet it was people calling up HEB and saying, "How can you still do business with them?" It was the
Yes.
cancel culture. It wasn't HEB
Yes.
saw it and said,
Yep.
or Home Depot saw it and said, "Nope, that's not the agency for us." If they're saying that,
Yes.
but they're for the most part, I bet they would have ridden it out with them. But then people just overwhelmingly like, "How can you align yourself with someone like this?"
Well, and maybe also it's brands that either want to go a different direction and want it out of their contracts. But my question, because I've seen these contracts and how ironclad they are, can you get out of your commitments based on something like this if it's not written into the behavior, the culture of the contract?
Um, they're still gonna get a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's like a 60 or 90-day out clause or something like that. Like
Yeah.
they just, at this point, they just need to say, nope, backing away, whatever.
Yeah.
And Michelle said, none of us has ever made a mistake. I know.
I
And
know.
this exactly is why I'm not going to run for public. I went my whole life thinking I was going to go into public service to be governor of Texas
Oh,
or
God.
senator or something like that. And at this point in my life, this is not something I want to do anymore. First of all, I think I can do more for the world outside of that. And secondly, just I don't know the shit that, like,
They're going
what
to
have I
find
done? Yeah,
shit you forgot
exactly.
about when you were 21 and drunk. Someone's got a
21.
picture of it somewhere.
There was a lot of me drunk in the early 20s.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of things that have happened.
Yeah.
Like no drugs, never done a drug in my life. I've smoked one cigarette in my whole life. But I smoked some other things. I mean, not drugs. Like
Pole.
rode the
Pole.
baloney pony, like all that, right?
I mean,
Have you
but
ever
think
seen?
about it. Think about it though. You got to put it in context. Think about back to the late '90s when Clinton was in office, and now you think about how the man
That was so scandalous back
over a
then.
blowjob,
Uh,
over a blowjob, and now we're like, oh, eh. We started out this last administration grabbing them by the, yeah.
yes,
So I
exactly.
mean, it's like, oh, context.
The slide. Speaking
Yeah.
of, just totally changing the subject, sort of. So Oprah is one person that a lot of, I love Oprah, Mama O.
Mama.
Oprah is one person that a lot of people have said, "Oh, Oprah for president or whatever," right? And so she's always said, "I will never run for public office. I have more influence outside of public office, and there's just too much, just the cancel culture kind of stuff,"
Yeah.
right?
Scrutiny.
So Oprah on Tuesday was part of Beto's phone bank,
Yes, I saw
where
your video.
she was calling people up in Texas, specifically Texas registered voters, encouraging them to vote as part of Beto's thing. Bitch, don't you know, every time this rang, I screen a call like crazy. Every time this rang, unknown number, even if it said spam risk, I'm like, hello, Oprah?
Yeah.
I'm
Is it
literally,
you? Oh, no.
because I didn't know. I mean, and chances are it wasn't, but if I got a fucking voicemail from Oprah, I would, I'd jump off my roof because it meant I didn't answer the fucking phone and I missed actually talking to Oprah. And so I was like, no. And so I may own a timeshare somewhere at the moment. I may have renewed an extended warranty on a car I don't own anymore from all of the telemarketing calls I got. But yes,
You may have signed up for Dish TV.
I may have all of it, all of it.
Sidebar,
So
everybody seems to be different on this when I ask, but speaking of telemarketing calls, no lie, I get 10 a day, and now I'm getting up to 5, 6, 7 political text messages.
I get the text
How is this
constantly.
legal? How is it
So
illegal? I don't
so
understand.
the texting thing is they use these, they're doing phone banks now, but they're texting banks. And so it's legit sometimes from a person's phone number, but sometimes you can respond stop. I've
I
literally
do
just started
respond stop.
responding stop to a lot of things, and a
Me
lot of
too.
take me off.
Yeah, me too. But it's like they're selling these lists like.
Oh, girl, I have ended up on some Republican lists also. And
Oh, me too.
your
Well, you
algorithm
support.
is fucked. Your algorithm is fucked if you think Just Sessions texting me is going to convince me to do anything other than throw my phone across the room. Like
Yeah,
literally.
exactly. Yeah,
Um,
I get both sides. I get both sides.
so let's see. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, this is something else. This is the ranting show. Welcome to the ranting episode of Cooped Up. I talked about this a little bit the other day too, but I did this today. I called, so at my office, which is in a residential area, well, not area, it's kind of a mixed area, but it technically is
Yeah.
residential. So I have to have Spectrum, like residential service there. So I called today to cancel my television service at the office because we never use it. I mean, literally, if we turn on the TV, we put it on YouTube or something else. So I called to cancel it. And they're like, well, because of your bundle, it's actually more expensive to cancel. Like your internet would be more expensive.
The
Oh, but
bundle
let me,
cancel culture.
and then they're, please hold, typing. And they're like, oh, we found a bundle for you where we can give you, it will reduce your bill from, let me see, I've got it right here. No, I threw it away. From $170 a month to $89 a month, and nothing changes.
And you're like, where the F was this the whole time?
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
I was like, is this a limited time offer? Like, am I going to, because I don't want, if this, I don't want to have to track whether this or not. I have to call back in a month or 6 months or a year, or whatever. No, sir, this is a permanent price. I'm like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Like, I hate that. Like, I almost want to not do business with a company when I can call up and the new customers get a better deal than I do, like a
Yeah.
permanent better.
Oh, it's bullshit.
I get like a 2 months free thing to sign up. I get like an intro rate. Like I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah.
But when they get a permanent rate that is cheaper than I've been paying. So anyway,
Yeah.
my sister wants to know if you bought anything during the Prime sales.
I did buy a few things real quick though on your note about that.
Yes.
I've been a Verizon customer since cell phones have been around.
Yeah.
So 20 years.
I'm AT&T, yeah.
Yeah, I've been with them this whole time. I was always grandfathered in with unlimited coverage, but back when 4G, 5G, and all this started changing about 3 or 4 years ago, all of a sudden I was no longer grandfathered in. They sent me a note to let me know I'd need to sign up for a package, a different package. So I did. And so for like 3 years, I was on I always used Wi-Fi. So I only had like 3 gigs.
Yeah.
And I started getting, as you know, Instagram became more and, you know, all these other apps, I started running out of data, right? And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden, oh, unlimited plan. It kept bugging me. Come in the store and we'll switch you over for the unlimited plan. So I finally took my ass to an actual brick and mortar store,
Uh-huh.
get out of the car, I go in, and I say, y'all keep talking about this. So what's it gonna, you know, how much will it lower my plan to go to this unlimited? Because y'all are keep bugging me and saying I should be on that.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, let me see. And he's like, actually, it'll be more for you to switch to the unlimited plan, but the plan that you're on now is actually 5 gigs for the same price. So I'll just bump you up so you get 5 gigs. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did I not just get the 5 gigs naturally? Why did I have to come into a store to tell me it costs no extra money for me to have 2 more gigs of data?
Mm-mm.
That makes no sense. So I walked out of the store not having to pay anything and I got more data, but I was like, why, instead of trying to push me to a plan that costs more, you didn't just give me the stuff that's already on the plan for the new customers?
I'm on
Yeah.
an old school plan, and literally every time I do something, they're like, "Hang on, I need to make sure we don't fuck this up." Like it
Yes.
is, they're like,
Same.
"Don't touch this plan." So
Same. I have to
we've
go
got
in there and do that
we've
too.
got like 16 lines on this thing between the 4 cell phones we own, the 2 hotspots, the Apple Watch, the iPad. All of the my cell phone bill is like $400 a month, right? Between all of the
Oh my
shit,
God.
and then I think we've got the Apple TV now thrown onto that, and all kinds of other stuff. So
Oh my
it's
God.
crazy.
To
Um,
Monica's question, I know Cooper was very good about reminding, and I was telling him I'm going to go on and look for stuff. But I've been so busy the past 2 days. I literally laid in bed last night. Like there was an hour and 13 minutes to
uh-huh,
spare. And what did I get? I got leggings because but all the colors were already sold through. So I
uh-huh.
found like one pair of leggings. And what else did I get? I got 2 things. Oh, I got a piece of luggage. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And because
Um,
I needed to ask you, Cooper, and I didn't ask you. I'm like, how do you search? How do you sift through? Because will you just
so
scroll and scroll for forever? Because
so
I'm like, when does it end?
I scroll a little bit usually, and then I sort and I go into different sections. But then also one of the things, they had a specific search bar for Prime Day
Yes,
deals,
I did
and so I
that.
would search for things that I knew that I needed anyway.
That's
But
what
then I bought
okay.
stuff like this that I did not need. Stuff
Oh, the
starting to
microphone.
arrive. So
Is
I've
this
got
that what that lady has on TikTok when she's been picking her
yes,
kids up from school and
yep,
on the
this is the
microphone? That's
exact one.
awesome.
So my shit started arriving today. And so this is the first
Nice.
thing that arrived. It is a James Corden carpool karaoke, the mic. And basically what you do is you hook it up, it Bluetooths to your phone. This is really going to challenge my technological skills, by the way. It hooks up Bluetooth to your phone, and then it somehow broadcasts through your radio to an unused FM radio station as well, like our old
Weird.
school, like when we had CD players in our cars that didn't have CD players,
Yeah.
you would do that kind of thing, right?
Oh, so
And then you
that's how you get it loud. It's on
and
your
then you
car.
sing into it, yeah. Come a chameleon. You come and go. Why is that
so
the
they
song I thought of first?
so they specifically made this for just broadcasting on other speaker.
Yeah, this whole thing is just so that I can hear my own voice singing to other songs on my own car speakers.
Well,
I bought
so
it. I bought it for 2 reasons. I bought it, one, to embarrass the shit out of my kids. That's primary. And two, for the RV, so that we can have something fun to do in the RV while we're driving. Or
so
karaoke show.
this is basically karaoke and a mic now. So you no longer have to have a system. You just have to Bluetooth it to speakers, right?
And no,
That's
it
it.
FMs to the speakers. It Bluetooths to your phone. So like I would do on my phone, I would pick a song. I'd pick fucking Celine Dion on Spotify
Yeah.
or Apple Music or whatever, and play it through here. And then it would blend my voice with it, and then it broadcasts it onto an FM, an unused
Hmm.
FM. Like I go in and boop, 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 tell it what, like 88.8 on my FM dial, which I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out even how to use my fucking radio in the car now,
I
because
know.
I just
When's the
have it
last time you
on.
had the radio
I have it
on?
on Sirius XM all the time. Like I don't even, or my phone. Um, and that's going to
So
be another challenge.
what if you're home and you wanted to have a karaoke party, but you wanted to put it through your Bluetooth speakers at home? Could you do that and play music at the same time?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'm just curious. Let us know.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, because then you can take a
I love
karaoke party anywhere.
karaoke. We had a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, whatever PlayStation we had, a bunch of PlayStations ago, and I got sent because the influencer that I am, I got sent the entire SingStar setup with the microphones, the disc that had all of the music videos, and it was competition and all that kind of stuff. It was like that thing that they did on Baby Mama, the movie, if you remember that, where they're
Oh, yeah.
you can manipulate it by doing your voice the right way, even though it sounds horrible. So
Yeah.
we did that, and my favorite one was the ABBA one. I even had dance moves down, all of it. I love some karaoke. I love some karaoke.
Oh my God,
Uh,
that's funny.
Michelle Condré is saying, I was born in 1948.
48.
This is all crazy shit to me.
You crazy kids.
Yes,
Hey, I
and
didn't buy this on Amazon Prime, but it's something I bought that got shipped to me this week. And when I bought it, I told you about it, and you go, "You're such a sucker for the Instagram." What did you say? The marketing. You said something to me like you're such a sucker for the marketing something on Instagram.
yes,
I can't remember,
targeted.
but
I'm sure it
yeah.
was witty, amazing, and hilarious.
Well, it's this stuff cadence. Like I think it's so cool because it's little
Oh,
things.
magnetic
Yeah, I
fill.
got them in. It's little things that you can take on a trip and
Huh?
put like okay, so like this one you can purchase. So they look like these little pods,
Okay.
and they have little you can like this says cleanser. Wait, can't see cleanser.
Yeah.
This pops off if you want to do something else on it. Put it back in. It's all magnets. And then
Magnetic.
this is the lid that comes off. Magnetics to the
Raise it up. We
side,
can't. We can't see it. Yeah. Okay. So.
so you need get your stuff out, and then the lid's there, and it doesn't go rolling across. And
Uh huh.
then you make your own honeycomb.
And they all stick together.
They all stick together,
So
and
it's
then you
like a
can do it
dot.
however you want. They
Like a
stick
dot
like
kit, but you don't
yeah,
need the bag part of it.
yeah. So you just throw this in your, however you want to stick them, and they can do different colors. They have lavender and like a mauve, and you can choose. They already have some little like there's a rainbow. This is for my sunscreen. It's a sun. They just had
What would you put?
hearts.
What do you put in the heart and the rainbow one?
I don't know. I just didn't want to put a name on them because I didn't want to commit them.
Yeah. Oh,
But
because they
you
were
could,
pre-printed, but they had
yeah,
labels
you
also.
could pre-print these. Yeah. So then these pop out. So if that's not what it is anymore, you just pop this out and it's blank. Do whatever you want.
Can you turn that upside down? I guess it's a reverse magnet.
Yeah, it's like an octagon thing.
But you
So
just throw your own labels on there too. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's a reverse magnet. I can't do it
Yeah.
upside down,
Is
but
that gonna I think of things like that and I'm like, oh, you can't put your camera in with that. But then I'm like, no one has a fucking film camera anymore, so it doesn't matter, right?
yeah. So I
And
just
Pam
thought
is
it
saying,
was.
well, crap, I need that.
I know, right, Pam? Like I saw that, and here's the thing: it's a company out of California. As soon as I ordered it, I got an actual email from the CEO. Her name's Stephanie, Steph, that said, "Hey, thank you so much for my small company. I just want to let you know we're behind because of COVID. I know everyone's saying that." She's like, "But we're a small company. We have two manufacturers, and they're trying their hardest." She goes, "If you have a trip coming up, if you'll let me know when the dates are, I'll do my best to get this to you." I said, "Thank you so much. And I have a trip coming up on the 29th. If it's possible," she said, "I will make sure you get your package." I got it this week.
What's the name of it?
It's called Cadence, is the name of the, I'm getting the packaging here.
Cadence.
Yeah, it's called, let me see.
I'm trying to look it up real quick.
Yeah,
And see it.
pop it in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, keep your
keepyourcadence.com.
cadence. Yeah. Yeah, it's like patent pending that yeah. Steph from founder and CEO, and Steph Hahn, Hon.
Okay, throw it in the comments, folks.
It's called Cadence, and you can mix and match colors. You can keep these blank. You can use some of the names they already
If you
have. You
order
can
six
make your
of
own.
them, if you get six of them, you get 15% off.
Look at that. That's what I did. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, yeah, now I didn't realize it wouldn't make my honeycomb. I wasn't thinking about that. I would have ordered an extra. I think that's how they get you. They want you to order probably an extra one to make your honeycomb. But you can stack them differently
Okay,
too.
so
You can,
pro tip: order 7, not 6.
yeah, pro tip, order, yeah. But, whatever you do, they just
Are
kind of
they
all
big,
go back
are they
together.
big enough to like for a long weekend or a week to have enough shit in them? Like,
No, I would not. So that's the only thing is I did name one conditioner and shampoo, and then when they're thick walled, and when I
yeah,
got
yeah.
them,
Well,
I was
it's all metal.
like,
It's all made out of metal.
yeah, I was like, I don't think. I mean, that's a finger at one digit. That's probably like an inch in and a 3/4 inch across. So
She's fingering her honeycomb again.
finger in your honeycomb. I don't think that that's enough to last you. Like, I don't know. It depends on how much shampoo you need, but
Mm.
they lock tight, so there's no
Yeah,
leaks.
that's awesome.
But for years, I have been looking for travel stuff, and I hate the stupid shit you get at Walgreens with squeeze bottles and the stuff's left in there. What's great about this is you can get all your stuff out,
You scoop it. Yes, I
scoop
know
it
how you
out.
feel about leaving an ounce
Yeah.
of mayonnaise in the bottom of the jar or
Yes.
whatever.
Y'all,
So,
I'm a tube cutter. Do y'all cut tubes? Lotion? I'll cut it down next to the end, and then you fish it out of this part, and then you just squeeze it, and then put it back over, and you can keep it airtight, but you can until you use up the stuff in the bottom, and then throw it away. You'd be shocked if you cut the tubes on your product, how much product you're throwing away if you don't
oh,
cut them and use it.
I use Cetaphil lotion on my skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I swear the straw ends like an inch below
Yes.
the bottom of it. So I had to buy like a connector thing, basically where you put one on top of the other, and then it drains into the other one. I
Uh-huh.
just
I'm also that person when I cook, I scrape every bit out of the bowl. When you're watching a cooking show and they're like, bloop, 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 and they throw the bowl to the side, and you could see that the whole bottom has still got
I
cake
know,
batter in it.
I know that about
Drives
you.
me nuts. I'm like, that's not the whole cake. You're missing a cup of the cake in the bowl. And I know it's TV.
That's a whole fucking slice.
That's a whole fucking slice of cake. And I know, but that's why I love Ina Garten, because Ina Garten scrapes everything out to the last bit.
Uh-huh. She
She's the only
does.
one.
Uh,
Yes. Anyway, Cadence.
Cadence,
Get you some.
keepthecadence.com. That's the
Aren't they
website.
cute? They're so
Sandy's saying
cute.
she has never cut the tubes. By the way, Sandy, have you gotten your gift yet? I saw that it was shipped. I don't know if you've received it yet.
Cut the tubes, y'all.
And my
Cut the
mother is
tubes.
saying she does cut the tubes.
Yep.
Okay.
So if here's a tube. This is small, but it's my lip gloss. If you cut it right here,
Wanted this too.
and
Okay.
then you can pinch this, use your finger to get it out. Pinch this, put it back over it. Go like this and pinch it, and then put the tube back over. It keeps it airtight. But I can get by on another week with the product that's down in the bottom. So
This episode has us complaining about technology, fancy pill containers, and not wasting lotion.
Y'all never know.
This episode was brought to you by AARP. AARP, the Association of Retired People. Back in our day, we walked uphill both ways in the snow. Both of us have been raised on a farm, even though I'm not sure either of us actually grew up on a farm. And
Yes. Well, technically, I did. I grew up on a farm.
I lived on a horse farm for a while,
You
too.
did.
Yeah.
Cooper and I were laughing about that the other day. We actually both grew up on farms, and he wrote something. What were we talking about? Oh, the Jeep. We were talking about the Jeep, and I said, we got to talking about farming. Then we learned to drive. I said I first learned to drive a hay hauling truck,
Yeah.
and he was like, I first learned on an ATV.
And I said, yeah, a tractor with a shredder on the bottom of it.
You did, a tractor. And then we said, what about ATVs? I said a 4-wheeler. He said 3-wheeler. And then you just said, are we out bumpkining each other? Because we just kept going back and forth on shit from the farm. He goes, are we out bumpkining each other? I was like, maybe so.
No, I'm more white trash than you. You're not more white trash than me. I'm more white trash than you.
Pretty soon we were going to bring our granny's cornbread recipe into it, and shit was going to go down. Oh, really? That bitch puts this in her cornbread?
I've got the ultimate cowboy cookie recipe. So
I do want that recipe because I've actually never made cowboy cookies.
They're so good. We have another one called the mistake cookie, which is even better. She left out an ingredient by accident, and it ended up being better. And so she always made cowboy cookies, which were fabulous, and mistake cookies, which were also fabulous, but crispy, because I think she left out the baking soda, maybe baking powder. Yeah. What makes the cookie kind of rise?
Powder makes it puffy. Soda is more.
She left it out. She left that out then, and so then it was just like it was almost like a crumble, like a denser cookie. It was really good.
See, every grandma has a recipe like that. They're like, oh, I forgot this, and now we eat it this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your cowboy cookie recipe is the equivalent of my grandma's pumpkin recipe, which you and I have done on a video before.
Auntie
We've done the
June.
pumpkin bread.
Oh, Grandma June.
Yep,
Grandma
pumpkin bread.
June bread. So good. And India said people should insta cutting the tube cutting direction. Oh, she wants you to make an Instagram video
Oh,
of
okay. Okay.
tube.
I'll do it. Yeah, because I got a
I
lotion
still,
tube I got to cut.
I still do not understand it, so I'll be watching that. It'll be a 53-part miniseries on Kerrie's Instagram tonight.
It will be. It will be.
Yeah. Oh,
Monica said maybe they plan to lick the bowl later. I can't trust that, Monica. I can't trust it. All that
no.
goes to waste. Sandy didn't
But
receive
also,
her gift, she said.
you didn't make all the shit to lick the bowl. You made the shit to make the shit, right?
You lick the beaters or you lick the spoon, you know. I don't even lick the spoon anymore after I don't know, I grew out of it some. I mean, I taste things, but
Either way, just random thought, not related to anything at all about this, but I was going to ask you about this. The amount that we wash our hands today makes me think, how fucking filthy have we been the whole rest of our lives? Like, I was thinking about this
I
earlier today.
know.
Like, the number of times I am washing my hands these days. Like, I used to wash. I mean, I thought I was a clean person. I washed them after I peed. I definitely washed them after I wiped some butt. I washed them after handling chicken. If
Yeah.
they were sticky, I washed them. Like, I think the world is safer without gloves than with gloves, actually, because I think
Yeah.
when you have gloves on, you don't notice that you're
False sense of
sticky.
security. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that you're better off without gloves because then you feel, oh, I got shit on my hands. I need to wash it off, right?
Yeah.
Because then people are going around touching everything with the same gloved hand, and it's pointless, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, I did not think of, oh, I've been outside. Let's wash my hands. Oh, it's been 30 minutes. Let's wash my hands. Like, I just thinking about that. Like, how dirty were we? Because I mean,
Well,
peeing and before it, I wouldn't even say I always wash my hands before I ate. Honestly, I wouldn't go to
I think
like a Chipotle and say, "Hang on, I need to go to the bathroom and wash my hands." Right?
for me, what I miss is I'm a corner of the eye picker, which I have, taught myself now. No, now I'm like running around. I need to go wash my hands because I need to put my finger in my eye. That's what I'm running around like. Oh, I gotta get to it. And people are like, here's some antibacterial. Well, you can't do that, then do this because you just burn your damn cornea out.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, I just need to wash my hands because I want to dig in my eye. And because girls wear makeup and we get a goobie. Everybody knows we get an eye goobie
Yeah.
in the corner a couple times throughout the day. You can feel it. It's like,
I'm a face toucher anyway. I'm constantly
I
rubbing my
know.
eyes, and I know
Yeah.
I get so mad at me when we're out in public. You just touched your eyes.
You're like, I can't help it.
I know.
I know.
I
I'm an
know.
eye goobie person, so it drives me nuts. I can't.
Yeah. Also, total random thought. I went to the grocery store a little bit ago. I just went to the Cox Farms Market, which is this like all natural, wholesome, wonderful little store
So
by us.
cute.
Um, I almost accidentally bought vegan cheese.
Daya? Was it Daya vegan
I
cheese?
don't know what it was, but I was like, oh, we needed sliced cheese for sandwiches because now that Todd and I are still working from home, we're eating at the house. And so we were out of sliced cheese for sandwiches. So I went and I was like, oh, and I grabbed it. And then something just in my brain said, why does that say Munster style cheese? Like, what's the style part of it, right? I was like, why does it say style? And then I looked and it said dairy free at the bottom. I'm like, that's some bullshit shit. Like, and put it back and got the real stuff because
But
they have a lot of vegan stuff and healthy stuff and all of that. But I'm like,
it confused you because it looked like Munster.
well, it was like tofurkey jerky or something. Like
Yeah.
it was supposed to be Munster cheese, and that it was Munster style cheese with big quotation. It didn't have quotation marks, but yeah.
Weird.
Michelle Condre is saying, how many times a day do you wash your hands? I don't. At this point, my hands
I said 25.
are going to be old. Old. I mean, look at how craggy they're
Yeah.
already looking. I got this shit on my desk, and I use it like a ball.
Just picked up.
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like,
this
my
is me
hands are
on
dry.
every conference
Oh
call.
my God, I was just going to say, every conference call I get on, I stop and I'm like, hey, people answer, like, what are you doing? I'm like, what's up? I'm doing this. They
And
don't
by
have
the
the
way,
lotion on.
this is that Aesop hand lotion, hand
Oh,
balm that I
yeah.
bought. And I was like, I just wanted to support the new store, and I'm like, I'll take that. It smells good.
$100
It'll be
some later.
$118, sir. And I was like,
Yeah.
ugh.
For fucking hand
And
lotion.
at
I
that point,
know.
I was with people, and so I was like, oh, well, that's a little pricey. Take my card. But I was like, I wasn't gonna be like, holy shit balls, that's expensive lotion.
Wait, wasn't it us? Weren't we
This
together?
this bottle literally cost $118.
It's ridiculous.
Claire will occasionally come in and try to put it on. I'm like, you better get the fuck away.
When
This
I'm
is not
dead and
your
gone, you
place.
can have the last drips in this.
I will.
Because I'm
This is
making
in
it
my
last
will.
until I die,
This is
Claire.
in my will.
Please leave it to me. Fuck those
Yes.
kids. Because I was with you. I don't know if you bought it that day, but it was on one of our shopping trips to North Park we used to do.
No, this was
where we
at
have
the
a couple of
one
drinks,
at
and he's
Bishop
like,
Arts next to.
smell it. He's like,
This
smell
was
it.
at
I'm like,
Bishop
it's
Arts next
good.
to Oddfellows, but yes, it was.
Yeah.
I had a drink at lunch, and yes, I was like, what?
See, people
What?
like anybody in the chat that gave me crap about my Donna Karen Cashmere Mist $25, $30 deodorant, like that's worse.
This trumps. I know.
Franks. Francesca.
What is she mad about?
She's bossing somebody around in the hallway. Lady. She talks back a lot.
Anyway. Okay, we've been going for almost 50 minutes, girl.
Oh,
Catch
you know
us
how we
up.
are.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
No, yeah, I'll be back, so I can be on the next 2 weeks. I'm leaving for California on the 29th. That's Thursday.
Good.
Going on my first airplane ride.
Tour of Charred Remains of California.
So what? You were breaking up. Say it again.
I said your tour of the Charred Remains of California.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, hopefully the places we're going aren't so bad, but yeah. So it's my first airplane ride, so I've talked to a lot of people, and they've said it's okay, but
planes are supposedly like actually not bad because they change out all of the air on the plane is changed like every 3 minutes.
Right.
So Sandy says it's been great seeing you again.
Yay. Thanks. I missed you guys.
Yay. Okay. With that, let's go on a high note. Let's not Stan Richards this shit. Let's go out on a high note. Okay. So with that, I love you. You are loved. I love you, Kerrie. I love you. Love everyone watching. Thank you. This is our therapy. I downed a whole glass, y'all. Woo! So I'll be back tomorrow at 4:15. Maybe I'll own my Jeep tomorrow. I'm supposed to pick it up either tomorrow or Saturday.
4:30. You said 4:15. 4:30.
4:30. Shit.
New time.
No, not a new time zone. 4:30 tomorrow on another episode of Cooped Up.
Cooped Up.
Shit, Koopa says. So, thank you, Kerrie. It's always fun seeing you.